Pragati ma'am, please start. Mute your device.
Uh, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome you all on the beautiful morning of Imprint Day 4. As a warm welcome to each one of you to this virtual gathering presenting Imprint 2024 Dream, Believe and Achieve, a 10 days online soft skill certificate course organized by Center for Literary Interaction and Creativity, Nagpur. In collaboration with the MANOHARRAO KAMDI Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur, Rajkumar Kemal Ramani Kanya Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur, Green Haven Institute of Management and Research, Nagpur, and Anjuman Girls Degree College, Nagpur. My dear participants, I again welcome you all. Welcome to Dr. Meenakshi Kulkarni ma'am. My dear participants, your unwavering commitment to learning and your consistent presence in this online course are truly commendable. Today, we are privileged to have with us an eminent scholar and expert in the field, Dr. Meenakshi Kulkarni ma'am. With her wealth of knowledge and expertise, she promises to enrich our understanding of work-life balance. As a host of the today's program, it's my prime responsibility to introduce our today's speaker. Let me introduce today's eminent personality, Dr. Meenakshi Kulkarni. She is working as assistant professor in Lady Amrita by Daga College, Nagpur. Ma'am, you are the member of the Board of Studies for English Language and Communication Skill of Home Science and different BTech courses. She has authored 2 books, Ombudsman and Poetic Creativity of Seamus Heaney, a critic. She has published several research papers in the national and international journals. Ma'am, you received the University Level NSS Best Program Officer Award for the year 2019-20 and also awarded by Kamal Patra Award by JCI Nagpur Central for outstanding achievement in the sphere of profession and training ladder in JCI India in 2021. She delivered number of guest lecture in various institutions and colleges on the soft skill and effective communication. So, my dear participants, be ready. So, let us embark on this enriched journey together. I kindly request to Dr. Meenakshi ma'am to throw the light on today's topic, that is work-life balance. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pragati ma'am, for those kind words. A very good morning to all the participants, to the organizers, and special thanks to Center for Literary Interaction and Creativity and Sakure ma'am for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this lovely imprint program, Dream, Believe and Achieve. If you dream, if you believe that you can do it, you definitely will be able to do it. Just give me 30 seconds to share my screen and then we start the journey.
Sure, ma'am.
I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Thank you. And my PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Quite visible, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be talking on a very important topic, work-life balance. I'll give you the definition of this word, work-life balance. It was defined by Kirschmeyer in 2000 as the achievement of fulfilling experiences in different aspects of life that require various resources like energy, time, and commitment. And these resources are spread across all the domains. The domains basically are family, health, and well being, community, and career. And once we maintain the balance, we are happy. That is our ultimate goal in life, to be happy. Work life balance is typically defined as the amount of time you spend doing your job versus the amount of time you spend doing what's important to you outside of work, whether that is with loved ones or pursuing your personal interests and hobbies. When work demands more of your time or attention, you'll have less time to handle your other responsibilities or passions. See, if you have this sort of a feeling when you get up in the morning, I arise in the morning, and you are torn between the desire to improve the work and a desire to enjoy. You are at on a threshold, a crossroad. Which way to go? Do you want to enjoy the people around you? Do you want to enjoy the things which you want to do? Like if you like dancing, or if you wish to do painting, but you have to rush to your workplace. So this then it becomes very hard for you to plan the day. Today's sharing will be, what is work-life balance? What are the challenges to find work-life balance? What are the factors that affect work-life balance? And some tips and tricks to maintain the work-life balance. Now, what is work-life balance? Most people want to achieve a greater balance between their work and their personal life. But in practice, it can be difficult to achieve. Sometimes a demanding job means more money to support a family. Sometimes a job contributes to deteriorating your mental health, your physical health, and which leaves you drained in your personal relationship. Work life balance is the balance of the time. Basically, it's the balance of the time which one spends working as compared to the time one spends on one's personal life. Sorry. Now we go on to work-life integration, the synergistic blending of our personal and professional responsibilities has become an increasingly popular concept because we have both the aspects. One is work and the other is our own personal life. But to maintain a balance, it becomes very difficult. Work is simply one aspect of our life, and we go on cribbing about it. Initially, we enjoy doing the work, but then when it gets too much, that pressure cooker effect is there, and then things go downhill, and then we are not able to maintain our home and family relationship with the community, and our personal well-being. This is the Venn diagram where all these four aspects, when they are integrated together, then only we can lead a happy life. When we give proper importance to our home, proper importance to the community, health and well-being, and definitely the career, because career goals give us satisfaction and that kick to do something extra. Work-life balance is defined as the satisfactory level of involvement or fit between the multiple roles in a person's life. We definitely have multiple roles. Some can be a teacher, some will be a student. The teacher will also be a mother, a wife, a husband. So multiple roles we have to perform. So balancing those roles, that is also very important. And improving your work life balance can improve your overall well-being, including your physical, emotional and mental health. Studies have found that working long hours can lead to such serious health issues as impaired sleep, depression. Sometimes it may lead to heavy drinking also, because mental health deteriorates. So that is why they try to find alternate solutions. They restore to drinking. Diabetes, because of stress level you get diabetes, impaired memory, and some heart diseases also. Unfortunately, these conditions arise as they that work life balance is not there, and leading to burnout and other negative repercussions. While employers and employees might associate long working hours with increased productivity, many researchers say otherwise. A study found that after workers hit a certain number of hours, maybe 8 hours, 9 hours, then their potential working capacity that declines. And there is uh, it also leads to injuries, and the worker can make mistakes, and achieving a health work life balance can reduce stress and increase overall productivity. So why basically work life balance is important? It reduces staff turnover rate, increased retention of valuable employee, reduce absenteeism and lateness. Employees, why they come late? Because they have been working late hours in the night, maybe in the office or at home, so they get up late, they reach to office or workplace late, and that they get into that vicious cycle. So all these things lead to the work life balance not being there. And if the employees loyalty and commitment are there, so all these are the benefits if the work life balance is there. If it is there, then definitely there'll be improved productivity, enhanced organizational image, better physical and mental health for the employees. Then it also reduces job stress level and increase job satisfaction. Why we go to work? It's not only for money. We wish to have that job satisfaction, that sense of security. Only when we are able to balance the two things, work and life, then we'll get that satisfaction and enhance control over work life environment. And definitely it also leads to enhanced self image. The employers who are committed to providing environment that supports work life balance for their employee can save on cost, experience fewer cases of absenteeism, and enjoy a more loyal and productive workforce. So now these NMCs, huge companies, they are ensuring that the employees who are working in their organization, they are satisfied. They are getting too many soft skill trainings, and they ensure that their mental peace is there. Because IT companies, I'll just give you the example of IT companies, because there the job is really demanding. They need to work for more than 10 to 12 hours. So they are the employers now, they are ensuring that these things are taken care of, so that they have a committed workforce. Committed workforce will definitely lead to a better employee. The person who's working in the organization, they will definitely work better, and they will have productivity, they will give more productivity. So basically it is important. Why work life is important, I'll again quickly sum up. The goal of a healthy work life balance is to succeed at work and at the same time lead a fulfilling personal life. If an imbalance exists and too much of your time and energy is devoted to work, it will lead to negative consequences in almost every area of your life. There are some reasons why it is important to achieve a good work life balance, because I just told you it impacts your mental health. Stress in the workplace is unavoidable, but if you're dedicating too much time to work and don't have enough time to unwind, stress can become unmanageable, negatively affecting your mental health. And if you're overwhelmed at work, if you're overworked, you probably don't have enough time to deal with your responsibilities at home, which only accelerates the problem. Then it impacts your physical health too. Apart from impacting mental health, the stress caused by work life imbalance can also lead to a variety of health issues. A report on stress at work notes that demanding jobs can result in a host of problems such as cardiovascular diseases, psychological disorders, and even diabetes. Diabetes is basically related to stress. Then ulcers are there, some cancer. There is the study also reports that cancer is also related to stress, and some impaired immune function. So basically a healthy work life balance not only reduces stress, but it can prevent these disease, and it allows you to prioritize your health, because your health is in your hand. If you are healthy, you have work, you have time for yourself, and you make time to exercise, eat a healthy diet, then you will have a good life. When you have a good life, you will be more productive at work. And then it also impacts job, your performance at the job. A poor work life balance has serious consequences for your health, but spending too much time and energy on work can actually negatively affect your work performance. I'll share a report about Mindshare Partners in 2021. Mental Health at Work report noted that due to stress and other work related mental health issues, employees were only performing 72% of their full capacity. That means they are not giving their 100%. When the employees are not giving their 100%, then that decline will be there at the workplace. On top of that, they are missing around 8 days of work a year because of mental health issues. And from where does this mental health issues crop up? Because that work life imbalance is there. So, working with your employer to find a flexible arrangement that allows for a better work life balance will help make you a more productive and more valuable employee. That is very important. And it also impacts your relationship. If you are stressed by work and spending too much time on it, you won't have adequate time or to spend with your loved ones, to dedicate your undivided attention to your loved ones. Even if you are at home, you are thinking about your workplace, then so it will definitely have a very bad impact on your relationship. So relationship also suffers. So finding a positive work life balance will allow you to spend time with people you care about. Not only being overwhelmed by work means you're able to fully be present in the moment and enjoy that time with family and friends. That is why when we take sessions on stress management, self awareness, we emphasize that we have to live in the present. We don't have to overthink about the future or things that happened in the past, because we can't undo what has already happened in the past. And unnecessarily thinking about the future, that is also not going to help us in any way. So the goal should be more than just being a good employer, and it has to be a well-rounded individual with an enriching life. We need an enriching life in and out of the workplace. So our entire world will not just revolve around the workplace. There has to be a proper balance. A healthy work life balance takes work at ease. None of us are superhumans, and giving 200% at work will, if we are trying for that, we'll result in slip ups. And in other areas of our life, other areas I just mentioned, relationship, and we won't be able to concentrate on other things which we love to do. So that has to be stopped. Of course, succeeding at workplace is very important, but we've just got one life and we have to live it. Zindagi na milegi dobara. We have to live our life to the fullest. We shouldn't sacrifice our personal lives or our health to get ahead professionally. At what cost? We can become the CEO of the company, or take up very important position as a director or something, but we are ailing, we are not able to enjoy the perks. Then what is the reason? What is the charm in it? Doesn't make any sense. So achieving a healthy work life balance is key to being a well rounded individual who thrives at home and in the office. But that takes work, and the right equilibrium looks different for everyone, because everyone is an individual. For person X, it will be something else. He or she will want to take a walk down in the nature's alley. So for her, that is more soothing. For someone else, just working in the kitchen gives her happiness. So that happiness quotient has to be there. You should reflect upon how you have to make the work life balance better, and then take action to make it really happen. So what does work life balance look like? The unique nature of each of our lives and our fluctuating responsibilities mean that work life balance and work life integration look different for everyone. It's a constant negotiation about how and where you spend your time. In striving for greater work life balance, you get to determine your priorities. That is very important, to set your priorities. You want to give priority to your home, to your work, to your children, to someone else whom you like to spend time with. You have to set your priorities, whether they are related to work or your personal life. Some examples I'll give you. A stay home parent who tackles work assignments while their newborn is napping. A student who prioritizes spending time with his or her friends rather than rushing to study. Study you will definitely manage, but then uh, you need to vent out. You need to spend, like in your language, in the language of students, you need to chill out with your friends, and then you can definitely prepare for your upcoming midterm final exams, so that you can give your 100% to it. A lawyer who consciously unplugs when on vacation. A new employee who dedicates extra time to tasks and responsibility. A manager who establishes communication boundaries and won't respond to email after 6 p.m. That means you have to, when we come to theories, we'll see to this boundary theory. who will not respond to emails after 6 p.m., and an employee who crafts their schedule to work specific days so that they can take care of their elderly parents. So basically, we have to juggle between all the four domains that we had just seen in that Venn diagram. Everything, community, family, your workplace, everything is equally important. And when you prioritize what is it that you want, then there definitely will be a balance. Now let's see the consequences of work life balance struggle. Basically, this struggle can diminish your overall happiness. That is what I have been telling you. When you are in a rift, your happiness will diminish, and your well-being and your negatively impact your life in far reaching ways. Adverse health consequences, which we do not want. Everyone wants a healthy life. When you don't lead a healthy life, stress related illness can result, which are chronic diabetes, stress. These are all chronic diseases. Situational factors pose challenge to your efforts to create the work life balance you want. Many people are caught in the middle of inner conflicts that make it hard to them to make changes to create the healthier and happier balance they would like. Now, what is basically this work family balance? It is the result of assessing a person's level of success in meeting the demands of work and family roles. It's a balance, and how you do it, it is in your hands. We'll see some important theories, then we'll be able to relate it. Uh, First, there is this conflict theory, there is this border theory, then you also have this role theory. So conflict theory, it originally propounded by Greenhouse and Beutel in 1985, opines that the fulfillment and achievement in one aspect of life in sacrifice in the other, and sacrifice in the other aspect. This is based on the assumption that the two domains, life and work, are fundamentally incompatible with each other, and that they have different norms and requirements. Basically, a form of inter-role conflict in which the pressures of the role from the work and the family domains are mutually unharmonious in some respect. So the role theory itself is based on scarcity perspective, according to which there is limited quantity of time and energy that is available to the individual, that may be divided among the various roles. In describing the conflict theory, Greenhouse and Beult in 1985 differentiates between three types of conflict: time based conflict, stress based conflict, and behavior based conflict. Time based conflict occurs because of limited time. Everyone, be it a king or a pauper, everyone has only 24 hours. So the king manages, the king, CEO, Ambani's, Steve Jobs, they are able to manage their time. So it's not that they didn't have the conflict, but they have been able to balance it out in a proper way. So this conflict occurs because of limited time, which makes it difficult to manage effectively the demands of different role. Because you are a student, because the participants of this program of the soft skill program are mostly students. So they have, I'll give their example only. They have this role of a student, son, daughter, not teacher student relation is there. So these different roles are there. Sister, friend, there are so many different roles which they have to perform. So how they will give time? You also have your grandparents, so you really need to devote time to your grandparents also. You can't just leave them out. They are an integral part of your life. Whenever your grandmother or your grandfather asks you to spend some time, I don't have time, I don't have even time to speak to you, I have to rush to college, you can't just give them this sort of an answer. So time based conflict, I hope you understood this. Now the next is strain based or stress based conflict. It arises from psychological demand of work. When the work pressure is too much, you get fatigue and job burnouts are there. And behavior based conflicts arise from situation when work demands exhibiting behaviors which may not be conducive to a family role, and switching between the two roles can be a source of conflict. The relationship of conflict that work in life has is bidirectional. That is, the domain of work can interfere. When this interference is there, work domain and family domain, work domain, non-work domain, then there is a clash, then there is psychological disorder. That is why so many mental issues are there. The first is work interferes with personal life. Personal life, when it is interfering, when mother is demanding too much from her daughter, so that will interfere with the work of the daughter. Then work enhancement of personal life and personal life enhancement and of work. When 3 and 4 will be there when there is balance. 1 and 2 will be there when there is imbalance. I'll also tell you about, I just told you about the conflict theory, the role theory. Now I'll tell you about the border and boundary theory. We always have to draw boundaries. This boundary theory emphasizes on the ways that the workers create, preserve, and alter boundaries so that they may simplify and classify the world that they experience. The boundary theory has its origin in the sociological work of Nippet in 1996, wherein he describes how people seek to find and assign meaning to work and home and ease the transition between the two. Boundary theory points that there are psychological, physical, and behavioral boundaries existing between work and non-work aspect of individual's life, which outline the two domains as being different and distinct from each other. Based on the premise on the boundary theory, Allen and Clark, they launched her idea of work-life border theory, which points that the individual manage and negotiate the work and non-work domain. We have to negotiate the two domains in such a way that the balance will be maintained and attained by them. This idea is based on the assumption that work and non-work are the two separate domains, but they affect each other. That is very important. So I hope this is also clear. Now, this is the boundary theory. When everyone wishes for high well-being, so that is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, and not merely in the absence of disease, but When we are happy, then you have this happy well-being. When do we have this low well-being? When you are lacking in physical, mental, or social well-being. Why these two extreme point happen? Because we don't have a balance. And when we maintain work-life balance, when that equilibrium is maintained, we have these things. You typically feel in control of how you divide your attention between work, family, and other parts of your life. But when you don't have boundaries, you don't feel you have control over how you divide time, attention between your work, family, and other parts of your life. You're always trying to scratch your head. What is going to happen now? Because you have not set boundaries. This is your work time till 6. Till 6 you will not think about your home. 10 to 6 you will devote undivided attention for your work. Then after 6 you will not even check the mails, and only in case of emergency you will just see the workplace, otherwise no. So basically these three domains: friends, parents, social life, this you have to see. Then there are 5 steps to working life balance. Examine your situation, manage people's expectation, learn to say no, set clear boundaries, and prioritize your well-being. It's not that you are becoming self-centered, but you are prioritizing your well-being. When you are self-aware, when you are prioritizing your well-being, you will definitely be an asset to your organization. Okay. Then factors which are challenges. What are the challenges to find in work-life balance? Role as husband or wife, role as parents, role as friends, role in social life. Then personal life, family, self, friends, professional life, job, and career. Then an individual's ability to maintain a balance between work and life is affected by factors relating to an individual's workplace and working conditions, including the flexibility, quantity of hours worked, and sick and holiday leave provisions and availability, support structures within the workplace like childcare facilities, then government policies regarding employer and employee responsibility that also exert an influence on the work life balance. For example, government's provision or subsidization of child care or parental leave may make it easier for parents to participate in the workforce without interrupting their work life balance. I'll give you my own example. When I was working, when I was a young mother, that time we used to get 3 months maternity leave. Now the government has increased it to 6 months, because that time you are performing the role of a mother, which is the most important role. So all those things like breastfeeding, catering to the needs of that newborn baby, that is very important. So you are in the role of that new role of a new mother. So that is very important. And in addition, the characteristics of an individual's life are important detriments of their ability to maintain a balance between work and life. Those who are involved in community organizations or do voluntary work, those who are studying or pursuing sports, and those who spend large amount of time may find it more difficult to find a healthy balance between work and life. Now we'll see the indicators of work, life, family balance. One primary indicator is time allocation. That is the most important thing, because we are not able to divide the time between the work and your personal life, this imbalance occurs. This involves examining how we divide our time between work related tasks, personal life, and self care. That is very important. What are the factors that affect work life balance? Here are several strategies that will help you get started. Set boundaries, I just told you. Create this clear distinction between your work and personal life by setting specific work hours and avoiding taking work home unless and until it is very important. When you're not working, turn off your workplace phone and resist the urge to check your emails. Take short breaks throughout the day. Regular breaks can help maintain focusing and prevent burnout. You don't want to get burnt out in your workplace. Step away from your desk for a few minutes, take a walk, or do a quick workout, maybe some just few bending exercises, and then you recharge. The way you recharge your phones, you yourself is the biggest machine which works with with emotions. You are not only just a machine. Just charging you is not going to work. That means you're not a robo. You have all the human emotions. So you also need a proper break. That is why you need to chill out with your friends also. Then take a break can help you clear your mind, relieve stress, and return to your work with renewed focus and energy. Then you also have to schedule your time for your hobbies and interest. Prioritize personal interest and hobbies. Try to identify, do a SWOT analysis, take up self awareness, like give yourself time, look inside, and then just find out what makes you happy. Maybe dancing or just walking down in the midst of nature, whatever makes you, or just reading a book, or going for a hike, making time for some activities with your friends, or maybe doing some social work. If that makes you relax and recharge, that is very important. Personal development is just as important or equally important as professional development. And you really need to delegate tasks when possible. Then you become less overwhelmed. Delegating tasks to colleagues can help reduce your workload and prevent burnout. If you have too much on your plate, if you keep on complaining to your colleagues and boss that I have too much, my plate is full, my plate is full, so try to give few things to others. Delegation, try to take help. It should not belittle you. No one will not, because when their time comes, they will ask help from you. So it's a mutual adjustment, synergetic work environment. And you should be bold enough to say no to extra work. Set limits on your workload and be assertive when declining additional tasks that may jeopardize your work life balance. It is important to prioritize your well being and you have to set your boundary. That is why I took up the boundary theory around your time and your energy. Because if you go overboard your boundaries, your time which you had allotted, when you make watertight compartments, you have given certain time, suppose you have given 2 hours to your family, so you have to reduce that those many hours and then give it to work. So that will make an imbalance, so that you don't want. Though it may be tough to say no, it's an important skill, and that it can even pay off in the quality of the rest of your work. And if possible, like now, when you finish your exams, go for vacations. Take time to relax, recharge, both physically and mentally. It is an essential aspect of achieving a healthy work life balance. No one will say it's your right to take vacations. Taking a vacation can help you disconnect from work, recharge your batteries, and return to your job with a fresh perspective. Sorry. Practice relaxation techniques. Incorporating relaxation techniques like mindfulness, meditation, or yoga into your daily routine, because setting your daily routine is very important. No crash diet or just doing yoga or meditation class for a week is going to help you. You have to incorporate in your lifestyle. You have to change your lifestyle, and these practices can help you stay calm, centered, focused, even in the midst of hectic work day. While if you have just completed a big project, you just do some pranayam techniques, anulom vilom, or just bhastrika, anything. Any pranayam technique is going to help you. That is your base, basically focusing on your breath. And consider hiring a virtual assistant or additional talent. So, if you're really struggling to keep up with your workload and you're sacrificing your own time to manage your work, consider hiring a virtual executive assistant. It can help you with variety of work responsibilities and can give you some free time, allowing to create a healthier work life balance, and which can help you stay organized and on top of your work while you're giving your freedom to pursue personal interest, because that is equally important, pursuing your personal interest and activities. So you really need to jot down in what you get real happiness. Just 4 5 points you can just write down in your diary and try working on it, and you have to make a lifestyle change. So, what are the factors that affect work life balance? Multiple role, preference for long work hours, gender, control over work time, psychological capital, job complexity, social support, and children. These are the factors. Always in our world, balance is it's a very personal thing, and only you can decide the lifestyle that suits you the best. So you are the best judge. How to improve your life work life balance? Three steps are there. Pause and pay attention, reprioritize and reassess, reflect, refine, and repeat. As you work through these steps, recall that finding an approach that works for you in is a process that will likely require several attempts, because everyone is an individual. If I give one watertight thing and suppose 100 participants are there, it is not going to work. It may just work for one person. So that is why I'm not going to give you anything. You have to self analyze and find out what suits you best, rather than being like, recall that finding an approach that works for you is a process that will require several attempts. Rather than being a sign of failure, modulating your approach is a very integral part of the process. Step one in this direction is pause and pay attention. Understanding how the various parts of your life impact one another is a necessary step in developing a new work life integration. You have to have that integrated approach. Only then you will have a symphony. You don't want that someone is when in a orchestra someone is playing the beat, high pitch, low pitch. No, everyone wants to be in a symphony. Integrated approach has to be there. And everyone is an individual, so you have to, it has to suit your own need. As you pause to consider your current work life situation, ask yourself how you feel about your current situation. Some questions like, no, I'll give you the questions. Am I spending enough quality time doing what I want? If you like traveling, I don't suggest that you travel 12 months a year. You can travel at least 2 to 3 times a year. That will make you recharge. The next question, am I committing enough time and energy to people or things that are meaningful to me, to your close knit, to your core people with whom you feel that oneness, that happy kick moment you get? So are you spending enough time with them? Do I still feel aligned with my professional or personal goals? Where do I feel the most stuck? What is it about this situation that makes me feel that way, and why? Are you thinking through these complex personal questions? Journaling is one thing that will help you write your thoughts and feelings. Ultimately, these questions help you better understand your current situation. So you have to assess after your exams. Just take a tip from me. If you are not journaling, go into diary writing, journaling, and try to analyze what makes you happy. Then from now onwards, like if you are 18, 19, 20, you can, from this young age, you can start creating a good lifestyle. Good lifestyle means when there is a balance with the things that you like and definitely what you do. That also I'll tell you how it can be done. Then reprioritize and reassess. Once you have a better sense of where your work life balance could be most impacted, you will want to reprioritize your values and reassess your overall approach to honoring them. During this step, identify what is most meaningful to you and why, and consider alternatives to pursuing them. Throughout this step, some questions you might ask yourself: what really matters to me? Am I doing enough of it? Where can I make compromises? Where have I made too many compromises? What alternative actions can I take to ensure I am devoting enough time and energy to my goals and relationships? Where can I integrate my responsibilities to honor more than one simultaneously? And the third step is reflect, refine, and repeat. Finally, once you understand what you can do to make a more manageable work life balance, it's time to implement those changes. This step will be different for everyone. For some, it may mean setting firm boundaries at work about when you can be available whilst you are at office, whereas for others, it might mean scheduling personal time for self care. That is very important. Still, others might look for more flexible work that allows them to take parental leave when needed or control their work day with flexible hours. Whether actions you decide are needed to create a good work life balance, you should be conscious that you will likely need to continue refining it over time. Big life challenges take time. So, reflecting on your approach and refining it periodically will probably be integral part of the entire process. So, it's a lovely journey. You have to enjoy each part of it. So, is it basically possible to achieve work life balance? The aim is not to treat WLB, work life balance, as a single goal, which once achieved, then it can be ignored and never addressed again. Instead, consider work life balance to be a kinetic balancing toy. Sometimes the balance will shift towards work, sometimes it will shift towards personal life. The point is to be aware of feelings about work and personal life and to engage in behaviors that will buttress against the negative effects of stress and of scale shifting too much towards one particular life domain. So we don't want a lopsided effect. Another consideration is that WLB is not a universal absolute value. In other words, two people can achieve balance in different ways and at different points along the work life spectrum. So, improving, how can you improve work life balance? Making an effort to find best time to spend so that you thrive at office and also at home. When creating a schedule that works for you, think about the best ways to achieve balance at work and in your personal life. Chansey says that work life balance is less about dividing the hours in your day evenly between work and personal life and more about the flexibility to get things done in your professional life while taking time and energy to enjoy your personal life. There may be some days where you work longer hours so that you have less time. Later in the week, you can enjoy with your loved ones. And these are some of the ways that tell you that your work life balance is not, there is an imbalance to WLB. You are tired, depressed, anxious, and tense. Your work performance isn't as good as it has been. You're missing work more often than you should. Your personal relationships are suffering. You feel like you are running in circles, round and round, and getting nowhere. You're not reaching your goal. You feel like you have no choice and no control. You don't feel in control of your own time. Time is the priority, topmost thing. You can't think of more things that aren't getting done. You feel like one part of your life is dominating your energy. Maybe work is dominating, or maybe your other thing, life where you spend with your loved one, that is dominating. Anything can happen. So your life is happening to you rather than you managing your life. So then you are in a very um, demanding situation. So the three O's to balance: you have to balance ourselves, others, and obligation. How you can balance yourself? Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, which we have spoken about. Others, how you can balance others? You have to give love to families, friends, pets, hobbies, inculcate in hobbies, have fun. An obligation: do work, have do full justice to your vocation, give full justice to your home, yard, community, and financial obligations are also there. So basically, time and energy, where to spend, there we will have a balance. And we will respond to stress, not react to stress. Then we will strike the right chord between work, career, business, performance, responsibility, and life, health, family, friends, and happiness. Because ultimately, in this entire hullabulla of life, happiness matters. That is what is happening. So, how to achieve and maintain work life balance? Understand what the balance means to you, figure out your most productive hours, set the barriers between work and life, be fully engaged in office. That means you set your boundaries. When it is till 8 p.m., you will give your full attention to that. Suppose your shift is from 2 to 8. So you are there 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. in office, no home work, that is no housework. Then take care of your health, limit the time wasting activities. Then what are your tasks? Have a real fun on your day off. You are not going to think about your work, and limit workplace interruption when you have your day off. Take me time every day. It's not just once a week. Every day you have to take your me time and create a comfortable workplace and set small and reasonable goals. So basically, in this work life balance, WLB, you seek harmony, not balance. And the take home message is that maintaining work life balance is a continuous lifelong process, and the balance will tilt towards different domains. This tilting is normal. Sometimes we need to give more time to work, other times to family. The goal is not to achieve work life balance, because this implies that there are some type of finality to the journey. Balance achieved, check, move on. No. Instead, the work life balance is dynamic, requires regular reflection, and different for each person. Therefore, the goal is to be aware of different roles that we are balancing, and to evaluate whether we are meeting those responsibilities in a way that we are satisfied with. Through self evaluation, self awareness, we learn more about what balance means to us. That is very important. Thank you.
Participants, any questions?
Please feel free to ask any questions.
If you are facing voice issue, then you can put your question in the chat box also. I think, ma'am, you are wonderfully present the topic, so that's why there is no question from the student side. Is very briefly and detailed. Any questions? I again ask. Okay, so let us move toward the formal vote of thanks. Thank you so much, ma'am, first of all, for your insightful lecture. Ma'am, you talk on work life balance very well. You emphasize on the aspect that how work-life balance is very essential in the today's competitive and corporate work culture. Today's generation, we also are suffering from the stress, work, and imbalanced life. Ma'am, your lecture will definitely benefited our participants and even teachers also. Indeed, it was a very informative and interesting session, ma'am. Thank you very much from the all organizing colleges and CLIC for the insightful presentation. I express the sense of gratitude to you on the behalf of host institution. I would like to thank the president of CLIC, Dr. Pranati Chakrabarti ma'am, for her thoughtful plan for this lecture series. I would also like to thank Principal of MANOHARRAO KAMDI College, Dr. Usha Sapure ma'am, for her dedication and tireless work. I thanks to Principal of the organizing colleges, Dr. Urmila Dabir ma'am, Dr. Anil Sharma, Dr. Anjum Ara Khan ma'am, and the coordinators also, Dr. Meenakshi Vasnik ma'am, Dr. Madhvi Moharel, Dr. Rajni Kumar, and Dr. Dipti Jain. And I would also like to thanks to the technician, Mr. Ankush Bobre. Without whose support, the series wouldn't be possible. Thanks to the all participants and each and every person for making this lecture series very, very successful. Thank you so much, my dear participants. We will meet tomorrow morning with the new topic with a fresh energy to thrill our Imprint 2024 journey. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am.
Thank you so much, madam.